This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Our question, what is the weirdest thing that you or someone else does with their food? And here come those emails from the Men's Room at KISW.com.
You've got mail.
Few from today's question, guys. When I was younger, you couldn't pay me enough to eat cottage cheese or yogurt. I've seen all kinds of people put stuff on cottage cheese. My thoughts were, nope, not going to try it. Now that I'm 58, I'll eat cottage cheese and yogurt. Not together, though. I do like applesauce on my cottage cheese. That from the Elk Plain Drifter. Old Bacholas, I share the way Ted eats a Three Musketeers candy bar by eating the chocolate shell off before eating the whipped chocolate mousse center.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Also, if you eat string cheese by just chomping on it and not stringing it, you are a monster. Keep on rocking. That from B-Dub.
Depends on where I am. If I'm at home, I pull it apart. At work, chomp.
My weird thing is that I will take a snack bag of Tim's Hawaiian barbecue potato chips, the kind you get out of the vending machine, and then after finishing most of the chips, I will crush a couple remaining chips and then use that to season a hard-boiled egg. It's good eating and better than just salt and pepper. Beer and more beer. That from Dennis. Vanilla wafers with smoked cheddar cheese spread. Ooh. That is delicious. That from Michael. Guys, did you know they make a flamin' hot Cheetos mac and cheese? My wired food, meatballs in a crock pot, my weird food, sorry, meatballs in a crock pot with grape jelly. I haven't tried strawberry yet, and barbecue sauce. Surprisingly fantastic.
Damn.
That's from Adrian. Don't you put a little jelly in your crock pot?
Oh, yeah, my Christmas meatballs are apricot jelly, Heinz sauce, and then like the Heinz chili sauce, like the old school one. You mix that all together with the meatballs in there, and it makes kind of like that classic kind of sauce you're thinking of.
So that's right. I was getting ready to say, someone's told me about this. It was you.
It's on my fridge.
Guys, the Top Gun B&G, where your men's room ale is sold, has the best hot dog I ever ate. Beef dog with peanut butter, grape jelly, and maple syrup. Sounds insane, but it works. I haven't seen it on the menu lately, but I asked them. I'm sure they'll still make it. That from Paul. Guys, on to the birthdays. You can give a birthday shout-out to my nephew, Aaron. He is 6 today. I'm not sure if he's ever heard your show until now, but here's to hoping he wants to listen all the time. How about a little kid fish sandwich and Mickey and Goofy telling her all about not eating all the cotton candy he wants on his birthday. So, hold on. Yes. Little kid fish sandwich and Mickey and Goofy telling her about... It's a guy telling him about all the things... Jesus Christ.
Well, gosh, I don't know about the cotton candy you might eat tonight, but down at the world, you want to be careful, because to cut costs, some of it's actually insulation.
You know, it's funny. I just learned last night on a brand new episode of the podcast that cotton candy is the #1 moneymaker at fairs. Also, though, it is your birthday, and this mouse says, eat all the cotton candy you want.
Is that because it's so cheap to make?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
I did not know that. We were arguing about fair foods and this and that. Like cotton candy, I guess, is just a money maker.
Old Macholas, want to give a birthday shout out to my good friend Hunter. He owns and operates Bellingham MMA, all the way up in Bellingham, Washington. Great guy and phenomenal training partner when I'm up north. Can I please get Jersey Miles and Thrill trying to sell some slacks? Thanks for all you guys do. And LARP on, Ted. That from Alfie. Sure. I got all kinds of slacks in this trunk. I got tan slacks, plaid slacks, black slacks, blue slacks, red slacks, green slacks. I got slacks.
But more importantly, we understand as an MMA fighter, you need flexibility. The crotch and the knees of our slacks unparalleled in the Slack universe. You can go to Slack Barn. They don't have what we got. You can go to the Slack Hut. They got nothing on us.
Shut your mouth!
Hello, you sexy bitches. I want to wish my son Brandon a very happy 21st birthday. He got me addicted to you guys over 4 years ago, and now you guys are with us on our drive home. Keep doing what you do. Can I get an extra long bong rip and a original fish sandwich? That from Becky.
Oregon fish sandwich.
Mike, I farted like 5 minutes ago. It's just getting to you now.
I know, it's just hanging in here, man. The air ain't moving.
Sorry, man.
Wait till you get on the elevator. Old Bacholas, today is my better half Bob's 27th trip around the sun. I got it booked on you guys, and he especially enjoys listening to the birthdays. So can we get Coach Ted to give him some advice for turning 27 and some of Thrill's shotgun gets. Thank you guys. Rock on. Happy hump day. That from Ashley.
Get.
27's actually a good year. Hopefully you're not in a rock band. Here's my thing. 27's up and down. You're in that good zone, though. You're older than mid-20s, but you ain't as old as 30. Have a fun year. I remember 27 being an awesome year.
Guys, can you please wish my wife, Jamie, a happy 29th birthday? She is currently 30 weeks pregnant with our first child, so can she get an inspirational quote from Miles about the joy of motherhood? And maybe a little kid fish sandwich, too, as well, please, Mike. That is lots of love from Derek.
2 Oregon fish sandwich.
Okay, let's see. New mom. Almost a new mom. Okay, Jamie. Remember, good moms let you lick the beaters when they are baking. Great moms turn the beaters off first. Okay. 33 today. Was hoping you could make my day at work hella rad by having the dirty Germans giving me advice on what to do when I get off. Thanks, guys. That from Justin.
Yeah, advice for when you get off. Well, for me, it's just smoke a cigarette and find a sock.
Yeah, so usually I smoke a little marijuana and try to go to sleep. Sometimes.
That's what I do when I get off.
So, sometimes it's the morning zone. So then you take the shower. Then you go to the work.
Yeah, clean up, go to bed.
All the Bacholas listen to your show. Work every day. Really helps the day go by. However, it is my 33rd birthday, bitches, and despite repeat hints over the years, none of my friends and family get the clue. So I guess if you want something done, like anything else, you got to do it yourself. Can I get a fish sandwich quartet and advice from Miles on the finer things in life? Rock on, bitches. That from Dan, the semi-friendly Fremont mechanic.
Can I get a fish sandwich? Oh, you know I gotta eat right. Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich? You put the cheese and the tartar on the side.
Okay. All right, Dan. Dan, remember, you need to stop worrying about the possibility of the world ending today. That is impossible when it's already tomorrow in Australia. Happy Chinook, friends. Please wish my badass Canadian bitch, Andrea, a happy 41st birthday for me. She's the best girl a guy could ever hope to have, and I'm lucky to have her in my life. Please give her a Kevin Hart damn for what I think when I see her topless, which is good. And ask the dirty Germans to tell her what we will be doing when borders are fully open on both sides, and we can swap fluids back and forth freely. From her grateful lover, Josh.
Damn!
Yeah, I can assure you the part of a border is open. You just have to go south of the border.
Yeah, I think it's that time. It's time to go south of the border and get face deep in some poutine.
Yeah, definitely go south of the border and find something to eat.
Yeah, next thing you know, you have ketchup chips all over you. Yeah, maybe a little Timmy's in you.
All right, guys, here we go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ja, the Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefly.
Now, the men's room wants to know who sucks last?
Yay! Time for Who Sucks Last. Steve at Thrill Hill, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They all suck, but it's up to us to determine, out of the 3 stories, which one sucks the least. Now, if you happen to follow KISW on Twitter, the debate is already underway on who sucks less.
Yes, indeed. And as always, we try to find a common thread between all three stories. If you're a true detective, I'll see if you can figure it out. But let's start with the former nurse who's been found guilty after sending human feces to her husband's ex-wife. Della Gibson, 37 years old, was found guilty on 2 counts of sending biohazardous materials through the United States mail. On or about April 5th of this year, Gibson sent a package containing feces to the husband's ex-wife. 4 days later, she obtained blood from a patient, placed it on a feminine napkin, and then sent that to the ex-wife. Said Tommy D. Koch, the inspector in charge of the Atlanta division, quote, "The egregious acts done by this defendant and mailing of biohazardous materials could have caused potential harm to the intended recipient, our postal employees, and facilities." In other words, keep your poop to yourself. Well, she was sentenced to a 2-year probation, during which she is to undergo a mental health treatment, anger management treatment, and have no contact with the victim or her children. She's also prohibited from seeking a job in the healthcare field. Yeah. So that's her. Now I want you to imagine opening your mail and finding feces and a dead kitten inside. It happened to one Southwest Florida woman, and the men who mailed her those packages are now in prison. Those men would be 29-year-old Bretton Howard Osborne. He's been sentenced to 3 years and 8 months in federal prison for stalking and conspiracy to commit stalking of a woman, along with his co-conspirator, 30-year-old Ian Douglas McGuire. Now, the harassment began in March of 2019 and lasted through June of that same year after McGuire walked into the Punta Gorda Farmers Market, which is where the victim worked at the time. The suspect in this case, he likes to go into public wearing signs around his neck with a video camera, and he likes to engage groups of people to get a reaction. Well, the victim in this case, who was working at the time, told the suspect she did not really like his sign and did not want to be videotaped. And ever since then, he began to target her. First, it was phone call harassment on a daily basis to the point that she had to get a different phone number. However, the harassment continued even after the victim filed a restraining order. The suspects were able to obtain her personal information through public record, which led them to send the victim the package of feces and a dead kitten. And on top of the package the victim received, the suspects also harassed the victim by posting videos over on YouTube, etc., etc.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know what the whole thing was, but there you go. And now we go to Atlantic Beach, which I believe is also in Florida. In this case, police say one resident was able to get a video of a man in the act after complaints were made by multiple people. An Atlantic Beach man, he's been arrested after complaints were made about someone placing feces in mailboxes and leaving obscene letters and drawings. The Atlantic Beach Police Department arrested Andrew Stelsman, who's about 63 years old, by the way, and charged with stalking and criminal mischief. Police say one resident called police after she walked out to her mailbox one day to find the inside smeared with poop. And this is the second incident that the woman believes Stelsman was involved in. She says the first time she believes he left her an obscene letter. Well, the woman was able to get a video of him in the act, which police say helped lead to the arrest. Anyway, he's also the subject of 3 other criminal mischief investigations because he smeared poop in at least 3 other mailboxes in the neighborhood. So there you go. We have the woman who she was just found guilty because she sent poop and blood to her husband's ex-wife. We have the man in Punta Gorda, Florida, who for reasons I can't explain, sent a package of poop and a dead kitten to a woman. And then finally the guy who he didn't send anything through the mail, but he went to your mailbox and spread his feces inside.
Okay. This is going to be a tough one. I think the human feces and the dead kitten and the constant harassment, I think that sucks the most.
I'm not going to argue that.
There's a dead kitten in there. That's not cool. And the fact that there was previous harassment, then they went to the point of trying to figure out where she changed address to, whatever the phone number was that she changed, all that stuff. That's a little bit over the top.
All of it's over the top. Now they're a lot over the top.
Compared to the other two.
Compared to the other two, sure.
Compared to the other two. The woman in Georgia, first of all, she works in the healthcare industry, or used to work in the healthcare industry. Mm-hmm. I don't know what her beef was with her current boyfriend's ex-wife, but I think that's taking it over the top. Feces and blood in the mail. Obviously, the Postal Service had a problem with that as far as contaminants and everything else.
Well, yeah, I mean, the guy's using all the correct corporate words. Basically what he's saying, are you effing kidding me? You sent a turd through the mail?
I'm going to have to go with the man who left feces and obscene notes and drawings in a number of mailboxes because he wasn't targeting any one person individually.
No.
Obviously, the guy's nuts. Those notes did not contain personal threats. He went around. It didn't involve the post office, although they did go to those boxes and maybe put mail in. But either way, I'm going to have to say, just based on that, the guy seems to be just nuts. And he's older. I think he sucks the least.
But he is affecting a lot of different people.
He
Sure.
is.
Right,
Whereas
there's
I do
multiple
agree,
people.
the person in Florida, like that guy just is terrible.
Yeah, dead king guy.
Right, and that all started because she didn't like his stupid shtick he was doing in a
And that's the
store.
thing. So, and again, I don't know what his sign said. Obviously, I can't even say offensive, but he would wear something provocative and then just videotape people's reactions, which that's standard. That's been going on for a million years. And I mean, basically, she just said, I don't like your sign. I don't want to be in your video. And he did not let it go after that.
Yeah, so, right, it's pretty easy to pick him as the worst on
Yes.
this one. Right? That's just a terrible human being. Also,
Right.
not funny. You know what I mean? And you got to wear a sign that gets people all worked up. Come on. But I'll disagree with Miles. Because the woman in Georgia, she's bad, but she's targeting a victim. Right?
Right. She's specifically her husband's ex-wife.
Whereas poop and obscene notes guy, like, who knows what's in his poop or feces? He's putting it everywhere. He's affecting a lot of people. Somebody could have got sick from this. And not that they couldn't have in Georgia, but at least that's like one person as opposed to just spreading feces all over town.
I will say this, some of these articles had the misfortune of including pictures, and as far as the turds that were mailed, they were sealed.
Oh, they were sealed?
They were
really?
sealed,
Okay.
right. So they didn't like poop in an envelope and send it. Like, well, basically they pooped in Ziploc bags and then packaged that and then sent it.
Also a strange time to bring this up, but when I was at high school, I was in a class for slow readers.
Yeah.
And we read Dante's Inferno.
Okay.
So then you had to come up with your own circle of hell. And I remember my teacher, Mrs. Guerin, she was like, it was okay, but there was a lot of feces.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there was like, you had to cross rivers of it, and people were drowning in it. It was a lot of feces. So every time I hear the word feces, it just reminds me that I use too much feces in my circle of hell.
Jesus. Dante's Inferno inspired that.
It did. Because I think there's river feces in there. But mine was like, it was like Frogger. There was a lot of feces.
Jump on turds to get across.
You had to get the milk crates out to get over these feces.
Debate continues on Who Sucks Less if you follow KISW on Twitter. You are listening to The Men's Room.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's, all things summer, all at the right price.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
99.9 KISW. Yeah! You're in the men's room.
Coming up in minutes, we will drink, we will toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. The first quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, a flight at SeaTac was evacuated after a passenger's cell phone caught on fire at the gate.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank heavens nobody was hurt.
Yeah, there was landing. Basically, the plane was taxiing. It was coming in.
It said that it was waiting at the gate.
Yeah, it was waiting at the gate and caught on fire. My question is, could you just tell us what the phone is? Right. You know what I mean? Like if you have a recall, because like Chevy did on a Volt because their cars were catching on fire. They say, by the way, it's the Chevy Volt.
Right.
Just in case you're driving one.
Well, you remember a while back, it was like the Samsung Galaxy phones that were just all exploding out of nowhere.
Whatever it is now, just tell us what it is now. So if you have that phone, you know,
you're going to want that phone.
Maybe you won't charge it on the plane.
Exactly.
You know, you'll just wait till you get to your hotel room and then set that place on fire.
Purdue,
32,000 feet in the sky.
Purdue University is bringing in its largest freshman class ever, and they're having issues housing everybody.
Yeah, I heard the situation is deplorable as far as some of the places the kids are staying. And think about how much money.
Oh, man.
They're either taking a loan out or their parents are helping to pay for or whatever the deal is.
Well, and they were saying that the housing looked more like barracks than actual dorm rooms.
Well, how did they not know how many people were coming in?
Right.
I mean, at some point, if I go to a concert at a club and it's a 300-person limit,
is it one of those?
You know how many people are coming in. You know how many beds you have.
You can't do mandatory freshman housing if you don't have enough units. So typically what they'll do is, hey, if you're a freshman, you need to live in one of our dormitories for the first year. Then after that, if you want to do off-campus housing, you can.
Right.
In this case, you got to eliminate that. You got to say, hey, you have an option of going and renting off-campus.
Did they just send in too many acceptance letters? Like, you got to assume that a handful of people, now I don't know with Purdue, but a handful of people would go and choose another college over you?
We have a bar event, right? Someplace.
Sure.
The owner of that bar knows the maximum capacity. Any restaurant, any place knows their maximum capacity.
Yep.
Including Princeton.
So you know how many people can be in just even in that room at one time. So how in the hell does a university, which is an institute of education, not able to do basic math?
I'll tell you how. It's very simple. Most restaurants we go to or shows that we go see for a concert do not charge us, say, $90,000 just to show up. So suddenly at Purdue, yeah. I guess their math program isn't the strongest, but the financial side, we'll figure it out.
We need a new wing over here.
Yeah.
Boiler up. Yeah, man. More than half of Americans say they've read one serious book, quote unquote, this summer in an effort to appear smarter.
I think you read a book because you enjoy reading a book.
Right.
If you're reading a book, I don't just look at people and assume they're stupid. You have to do something to prove you're stupid. But I don't necessarily think you're smart just because you're reading a book.
Right. Just because I see you on the subway reading Tale of Two Cities, I don't think that you're any kind of a distinguished literate.
I also think that you're faking it.
But I think a lot of it is people just... There's a certain culture where you people talk about books all the time.
Sure.
And some people feel like, look, I don't read a ton of books. Reading's a struggle. But I think that's where that stat comes from, is people like, well, I should read a book and this and that so I can quote a book.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then read one everyone else has read. That way when you quote it, people are still tracking with
Look, I'm with you. It's dumb, but I'm just saying, I don't know. I noticed, it's just a thing. I'm all right, you read it in a book.
Yeah.
Knowledge is knowledge.
Yay. Believe it or not, dairy milk is making a comeback at coffee shops in New York City.
I did not know that it had disappeared from coffee shops.
Well, you got to think about all the almond milks, the oat milks, the coconut milks, the soy milks, the skim milks, Now they're saying, hey, this crazy stuff that comes from a cow that tastes really good in coffee.
Yeah, and easier to find its nipples and oats.
And if you're looking to cut calories, I don't think the dollop of milk in your coffee is crushing it. Now, Thrill doesn't worry about gaining weight.
No.
He drinks those giant milkshakes, but he doesn't even drink anymore.
I don't even know there's any coffee.
When you go to a Starbucks and get those giant milkshakes, that's different.
You're getting a milkshake.
If you're getting a coffee, you're getting a latte, you want to add a little milk, you'll be okay.
Now, my doctor told me I can't eat dairy anymore because of my cholesterol level.
Oh, no.
So mine is cholesterol based. So I can't have half and half.
Sure.
Because that's pretty jacked up.
Right.
So I've been doing the oat milk thing. I'm that guy. It's like I feel like I've just molded into the Seattle guy.
Well, you know what? I don't mind the oat milk.
in that instead.
I actually don't mind the oat milk. It's a little bit thicker, but it tastes really good. I actually like it.
That's what I'm at.
But on the same token, it's like people aren't getting coffee from coffee shops anymore. They're getting really warm milk with a shot of espresso in it.
Yeah. To me, that's the appeal of the coffee. I can make coffee at home, but you guys hook up all this frappuccino crap that I can't really do.
Caramel drizzle, chocolate drizzle, whipped creams.
You don't have caramel drizzle at your home, Mike?
No. Yeah, but
kind of savage.
Even if you get an Americano or something like that, right?
Sure.
If you just get a regular drip coffee, you are jacked. You are sweating underneath your pits. You know what I mean? You're just like, man, this is a coffee.
I don't know what you're talking about, Miles.
Yeah, me neither.
83% of people say a well-maintained carpet improves their confidence in a business's cleanliness.
Carpet, you said?
Yeah,
In
well-maintained carpet. Yeah. So if you go into a business and it's like, wow, this is a really good-looking carpet. I think this place is clean.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fairly standard thing.
I see.
Right? I mean, like the carpeting we have in the studio and out in the hallways here, it's well maintained.
It's a nice carpet, yeah.
Right, but like if there were stains all over it and everything, it's just like,
That's what I was coming back to.
I put on clean shirts.
How was this thing phrased? Like, hey, if you go into a business and there's a bunch of stains and rips in the carpet, do you think that they keep the place clean? Well, not really.
No.
Therefore, okay, well.
No, I was gonna say, it's a business. You got to stay on your carpet at home. No biggie.
Exactly.
Right? It's a business.
Right.
What happened in here? And I think the only place you would go that has stained carpets is maybe like a movie theater. Just 'cause there's so much soda and stuff.
You understand?
Sure.
Or somewhere like the DMV where they don't care.
Right.
You don't. You just have to be there.
Or a
You don't
place
have a
that
choice.
sells carpet cleaners.
Yes.
Look at this over here. Apparently, flower-scented roads are about to become a thing.
I read this today. Over in Poland, I guess they're adding like essential oils and crap to the asphalt. And they said, look, it's just this. That smell is not going to last long. It's just at the time that the guys are creating the road, it doesn't smell as bad.
I actually don't mind the smell of a road being built.
Really?
Yeah.
It smell like asphalt?
Yeah. I'm good with it, man.
Wait till those oils combine with the first rain and see what happens to some of those cars out there on the road.
I mean, it's absolutely horrible, don't get me wrong, but it's just, as I'm going through, like, fresh road.
I do not like it.
I'm glad that I'm not working next to it. Like, I see those guys out there in the middle of the burning daylight doggone sun, and I'm like, I don't want to be out there. But
came into work either earlier this week or late last week, and VD's outside smoking a cigarette, and they were putting asphalt on something. They're kind of redoing part of the building outside. Right. And I hate the smell, so I walked up to him, and my first words, not good morning, I said, other than your beard, very few things smell this bad.
Did you guys, like, in my grade school, right, like, out back was all blacktop?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they filled in the cracks with, like, tar?
Yeah.
Yes.
But then it would get hot. So we would all get sticks and play with it. Then we'd always get in trouble.
That's like
you could, like, dig it out.
Yeah.
That was never a thing for me, dude. I've never been there when that stuff reactivates.
Oh, yeah, it was awesome. I mean, no, it sucked.
It with a stick.
Yeah, it was probably way too hot, but it's like, get a stick. We're going to dig this out. It's like, stop playing with the tar.
Kids are weird, man.
For sure.
There's a hospital in Oregon that has a plate smashing booth for doctors and nurses.
They need it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. After working from home, a new survey found that women don't want to wear makeup anymore. I don't blame them.
No.
It's a pain in the ass. It takes me 15 minutes to get ready to go anywhere that we want to. It takes my lady at least an hour because she's working on her makeup, she's working on her clothes, her hair, and everything else. Yeah, I don't blame you for a minute for not.
Why is everyone staring at me? Because you put all this effort in for people to stare at.
Yeah,
right. What the hell do you think, dummy?
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Blend into
you
the
just
wall.
spend an hour doing this.
If there was a socially accepted way that I could, look better before I went out other than dress in nice clothes, I would.
Sure.
I would. Yeah, if there was like if it was acceptable, I'd probably use some makeup, especially on Mondays.
Oh, man. Philip's tired. Take these dark circles out of here.
Man, Monday
There is.
makeup.
You can use Preparation H under your eyes.
What?
Yeah.
You can, but they also make sticks now for dudes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Like they show up in my Instagram feed a lot.
All right. Shine up your eyes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Basically, it's like literally like they're like rough weekend. Like rub this on there. It's like putting on eye black. It's like you're familiar with this. You played athletes. You're a simple dude. This will help.
The Wienermobile is picking up random Lyft users in 4 different cities.
This is awesome.
It is awesome.
As long as you can get to the destination, pull that thing in.
Right.
How much space does it have inside?
Who cares? You're taking a wide in the Wienermobile.
But remember, Miles, it doesn't have hot dogs.
I
in
know,
there.
that's a crime.
Right? If they're going to pick you up, at least have a delicious hot dog
It
next
should
to it.
smell like a hot dog cart rolling down the street with just hot, delicious hot dogs.
Now, there's no dogs in there, but it might smell like one.
Yeah, well,
That'd be worse, damn it. That's
Wait, you get a hot dog whistle?
That's like the ice cream man rolling down. He's like, I'm all out of ice cream. I just wanted to drive.
There should be a cooler in there, you know what I mean? So you can get a pack of hot dogs if you see the Wienermobile, and there should be like a hot cart where you can get a hot dog.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm just saying.
I'm also saying, hot dogs be damned. If I order a Lyft and around comes the Wienermobile, he's like, are you Mike? I'm like, hell yes, I am.
I would answer any name they said. You Jeff? Yep. Sure am.
I don't know where I'm going. Let's find out. Woo! Cheetos is the latest to jump on the Nashville hot flavor. It's the thing right now, man. Nashville hot is the new ticket.
It's still wild to me. Like, I'd never heard of it till was it KFC that started doing it?
Somebody thinks it up. Yeah, that's when I'd heard of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We spend nearly $1,500 a year on food that we will never eat.
I'm getting better at that.
Ted, how have you been doing with that, buddy? I know that you were kind of concentrating on...
That was the goal this year. Well, pretty good, as my fridge is about empty. There's literally a bag salad in there. And
I was going to say, that's me. I just got to eat this bag salad. I've got like a day. That's typically the one where I slack on, you know what I mean?
Sure.
It's in there, I know I got to eat it.
Boy, if you are not in the mood for that bag salad just once.
I've got a bag salad tonight and lamb steaks.
Ooh, nice. Boy, get it.
All right.
Let's see. 80% of Americans say that this summer sucked.
Okay, well,
compared to last summer, it kicked ass.
Here's my theory. It's they overhyped it. 2020 and things were opening up just a little bit, and so we got our little bit of freedom, but we still didn't have that full-fledged summer that we wanted to. 2021, man, we got this thing. We're coming back. All right, we're going to have a big blowout summer. Well, the virus is still here. We're still kind of in the pandemic. Yes, things were a lot more loose. However, it still was an inconvenience to do a lot of different things.
If there was only something that you could do to...
Even then, it's just people overhyped it. That's all I'm going to say. Gang, whatever you're doing.
But they had to know it was getting overhyped because we were all part of it. All of us were contributing to that.
No matter what it is, do not overhype it for yourself. Be excited, absolutely.
Sure.
But don't make it bigger than it is. That's all I'm asking you. We got a story here from The Hustle. It says dollar stores stay in business by getting overstocked stuff in bulk. For example, a $1 toothbrush only costs them $0.25, and they can even get 8 packs of crayons for 30 cents, then resell them for $1. They also partner with companies to sell smaller size products that fit their $1 price point, and sometimes you actually get less for your money that way.
Yes.
And they do give us 7 examples of things that are actually cheaper elsewhere than the dollar store.
The problem is this. Like, if you need to go to the dollar store, it's convenient. Like, if you have a kid's birthday party, go to the goddamn dollar store.
Exactly.
Buy all that garbage. But otherwise, like, there's a point in my life where you might be I'm getting less value, but I have $4 to my name.
Right.
So even though I know I'm quote-unquote getting scammed, at least I have the opportunity to do this.
Have you ever been to a dollar store?
Oh, yeah.
I've never been to a dollar store.
You've never been to a dollar store?
Never been.
Honestly, it looks like a giant party store.
All right.
Like,
I'm sure I'll find something in there I want.
Have you been to the tree or the general?
Yeah.
Stuff like ice cube tray, a lot of kitchen stuff.
Yep.
Right, so you get the plastic bowls, ice cube trays,
Exactly.
spatulas, a ton
Plates,
of stuff for the kids.
bowls,
And there'll be a
party hats.
tiny glue or smaller, but it's there. But with the kids with birthday parties, man, if you need bulk like plastic cups and plates and all that kind of horse ass.
You could also find
streamers.
I feel like a lot of dollar stores, you can find random candies you haven't seen for years.
Yeah, for sure.
You're like, I don't even know these made these. Is this $1? Like, everything is $1 at this store, or is it just cheaper somewhere else?
So these are things that you buy for $1 at the dollar store. However, you can get it for cheaper at other stores. Now, it could also be just based on the size. So, you're going to get a bigger Sharpie somewhere else, sort of a thing. So number 7 that they have here is Gain laundry detergents. So they say that you get it for 10 cents an ounce or 9 cents at other stores. So you save a penny an ounce.
But the only question is whether or not you can afford the regular size, because laundry detergent's expensive, right?
Fact.
So that's the thing. If I go to the store and I'm getting a better value, but I have $4 to my name.
Now I actually have it as opposed to having to save up for Gain.
Right.
Number 6, Top Ramen Noodles. They say that it's 20 cents an ounce versus 17 cents at Target. So you can actually get Top Ramen Noodles for cheaper at Target.
I mean, they're so cheap already.
They are, man.
I'm not. You go to the dollar store and be like, man, I don't know. That sounds bad.
Right.
Getting ramen noodles at a dollar store, like the ramen noodles.
I feel like regardless of being a dollar store shopper, you can go anywhere and still just get ramen noodles.
Well, I have not been anywhere where they cost a lot.
Right.
Ever.
They got all kinds of deals. 3 for $1, 4 for $1. You know, that sort of a thing.
That case of them.
Exact. Oh yeah, that big case for like $7 or something like that. Got like 25 dollar store items that are cheaper elsewhere. Number 5, cereal. Believe it or not, says Cheerios are 29 cents an ounce at Dollar Tree or 17 cents an ounce at Walmart.
I think that goes back to the laundry detergent theory, though. Like, if you buy a box of cereal at the grocery store, it's remarkably expensive.
Right.
You know, so you're not getting the value. But again, if you don't have a lot of money, you can tell I was broke for a very long time. But when you don't have a lot of money, like, look, I need to eat.
And once again, you notice that they're dealing with ounces. They're not dealing with price here.
Exactly.
It's $1 at the dollar store.
Point.
It's like $4.30 at Walmart. So you're going to
Cheerios
get
are
more.
29 cents an ounce.
Yeah.
I'll take a pound.
29 cents an ounce or 17 an ounce at Walmart there. Number 4, Crest toothpaste, specifically Crest, says that they are 42 cents an ounce versus the 25 cents at Target.
I think they do specifically have the smaller ones there, though. It's slightly bigger than travel size, but not as big as like your normal size.
Right. But you still got to pay $5 for that big old tube of Crest toothpaste there. Yeah, better value, but you still got to drop it all there at the same time.
I think I'm a Crest guy. It's so weird as I buy the same toothpaste all the time, but then I can never remember as I always just look and go, oh, that's the one I bought.
Each brand has like 4 different kinds. You know, do I get the little tricolor, right? Do I get the sensitive teeth? You know, you got the Aquafresh, you got the Colgate. I think I'm a Colgate family. Pretty sure.
Just a straight up black Colgate? Or are you like the sparkly blue?
We got the sparkly blue stuff.
Yeah, we grew up with the white stuff. That's all my parents would buy, man. And I don't know if I just had candy-ass gums or something. Like, that ass burned, man.
When I was growing up, it was always the Aquafresh. That looked like the Italian flag was coming out of your toothpaste tube there.
Parents wouldn't do it. That's all we wanted. When they introduced Aquafresh, the first time I saw multiple colored toothpaste, so I was like, it has to be good.
Right.
No, you know what? I'm wrong. I'm a Crest guy.
You're a Crest guy. All right.
Because they have some with like the strips in them.
Dollar store items that are cheaper everywhere else. Sharpies. We just mentioned it.
Okay.
$1 at most dollar stores. However, if you get them in the pack, it's 80 cents at Walmart.
Right.
All right. So I get exactly your point. You just got to be able to afford the whole pack as opposed to going to the dollar store and getting one.
And again,
the whole thing.
You actually have to consciously save up to buy a pack of Sharpies, or screw it, I'll spend the extra 20 cents, thank you very much, and just get my doggone Sharpie.
You feel better about your life and you go like, look, I'm just going to buy the $1 Sharpie, as opposed to telling yourself, I have to save money to buy a pack, a 4-pack of Sharpies.
Right.
Yeah, does anybody really want to buy a Lucy?
Hey, homie, I got some loose Sharpies, man.
Number 2, Old Spice deodorant. Says they usually sell smaller tubes of it, and you pay $1.25 an ounce. But larger sizes at Walmart is 97 cents an ounce, or 75 cents at Costco. But again, if you buy it from Costco, you're going to get like 6 of the doggone things. Great value, though. Love Costco. And this is the number 1 dollar store item that is cheaper elsewhere, and that is Scott brand toilet paper.
All right. Now there's what I use.
All right.
Says a single roll at Dollar Tree costs about $2 or 30 cents more than Target.
I do not like Scott's. It's all the toilet paper I get. It's like, I do not like Scott's.
I have never strayed away from Charmin.
I'm with you, man. I trust those furry bears.
Yeah, man. They know what's going on.
Well, they don't have a bidet, so you know it's a good product.
Oh, no. Damn it, man.
Sorry, Brian.
It's getting stale in here.
It's not stale, it's sharp.
Like a cheddar. A woman in Connecticut is dealing with a porch pirate, but not the kind that you'd expect.
What kind would you expect?
Tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-421-ROCK. All right, we made it to Drink It Time.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's, all things summer, all at the right price.